Hello everyone, this is Persephone, and today this video is going to be very triggering for some people. Apologies in advance, but I think that if you want to see a rare view through female eyes and how I see you, okay, maybe a bit autistic, but still, this is going to be invaluable content you won't find anywhere else. So recently I had some comments that made me realize, because of the repetition, that there is a percentage of males online that think this way, that they think that I can't see them, I don't know anything about them, so they feel that they have power in their small, insignificant life to just stay hidden and just shoot their arrows of toxicity, and they're just going to ruin my day or make me quit or something like that, and I can't see them. Here's the thing though, I know a lot about how to analyze and read people that I'm going to teach you today, and I may not know your name, I may not know your address, but I know enough about you to know that you don't matter. Here is the thing. It's always a male. I know that from the way they write, from their anger, and from the fact that it usually starts with penis sizes don't count, you don't know what you're talking about, and women can have orgasms with just their small pinky fingers, so that's not the truth. To which I respond, people can survive eating worms if need be, but that doesn't mean they're happy. So that male never has a face. It's either a cartoon character on their account or a gaming character or some landscape or something like that, which immediately puts you into a coward position, because even if you disagree with everything that I say, even if you think that I'm ugly, I'm cringe, all of the things that you write about me, truth to be told, these things have a face attached to them, mine. And if you want other people to take you seriously, you need a face too. I don't know if your mom told you that, but it's necessary, especially if you tell me that you're this strong man or you are this alpha man, or the other super cope that alphas and betas are not real and I don't even know what I'm talking about. You say all that hiding behind the cartoon character. It's so autistic that I'm laughing at it, and I myself am autistic, like it's autistic, I don't know, Inception. The other thing about this person is that usually they either have no videos on their channel, so I get the conclusion from that they have no idea how it is to actually try to build a YouTube channel and how many hours it can take, or they have way too many videos of complete nonsense. Usually it's them playing some game and thinking they're going to become the next like PewDiePie or I don't know, or it's something completely nonsensical like beers with Dale in Zergwater Heights in 2012 and some ancient video, some Blair video. And this showed me that they started a YouTube channel thinking they are the next hot thing. They failed. And then they actually quit and they have bitterness towards whoever is making something better than what they did. And that's also very ironic, because I have so much advice on how to start a channel and how to do your own business that if you actually wanted to learn, you can really use that advice, or you can just watch someone, if you don't like me, who gives advice to improve your life. You don't have to waste your time. The third thing is that I know that they're poor. I mean, below middle class, and I know that because rich men do not have time to watch randoms on YouTube that they don't like and leave hate comments. I've met many people of various incomes in my life, and I don't even know if a single rich man, by rich I mean either 6-digit per year or high-end 5-digit, who says, you know, when I don't make 90,000 a year, my hobby is I go on YouTube, I find some random person that I don't like, and I give them 7 paragraphs of my opinion. Like, that gets me going. Like in the hard times in life, it's write 7 paragraphs to a random. Rich people don't see their time as worthless. And I also don't see my time as worthless, although I don't make 6 digits per year yet. But you will never see me writing 7 paragraphs of nonsense to anyone's channel. Not because I'm a good person, like better than you or more moral, because my time is literally money. So if I have 20 minutes to watch a video and leave a comment, I'm going to do it to a channel and a video that I'm actually interested in. Not, I start watching and 2 minutes in, I realize that this is not what I wanted, or I disagree with the person, but I'm not even going to continue. So what are you doing here? Like, are you a masochist? You sit on my channel doing hate watching and going dumpster diving and pulling out trash I said in 2018, and you start some kind of internet court saying in 2018 you said this and that, how dare you? I don't even know what I said back then. That's one reason I had to take down many videos, because not only I didn't agree with them, but people could say, like, you said this and that, and like, no way, and like, oh my god, I said it, so that video has to go. So I don't know what you're doing, but I can tell that you don't value your time. If you want my humble guess, it would be you're underemployed, or you're unemployed, or you're working some dead-end job, or you just hate your life in general. The other category is the failed pickup artist. I've spoken about negs before, I've spoken about backhanded compliments before. There was some guy who said something that really triggered me, and I think it's worth addressing. I want to thank him for saying it, because it's very good to identify your triggers. He said, when I first found your channel, I found you very cringe, and I found you to overshare so much about your family, blah blah blah, but then something positive that I forgot, because not only am I an extremely negative person myself and a doomer, but also because human brain is wired to focus on negativity. That's how we survived, guys. By paying attention, who is trying to kill me? What wild animal is trying to eat me? What other tribe is coming to kill us, to throw rocks at us, and so on. I spoke about this recently, that someone was like, I don't agree with everything that you say, blah blah, but this and that. And I said with you a secret. When someone starts a sentence with nonsense, I don't read past that sentence. Because that person is so low in their communication development that we're worlds apart. I'm going to give you an example to better understand where I'm coming from. There is an Asian guy that I find extremely attractive, like he's totally my type, that he started as a model. I'm not going to tell you his name, because every time I express even slight interest in someone, there are going to be bitter men who are going to find him and harass him, and this person is a celebrity, it's not like I'm actually going to meet them. But anyway, I had the first trap account that I follow these accounts, not from my main accounts, to see them. And this person recently decided to participate in a drama. It was one of their first dramas. So to be honest, as much as I found him super handsome and super attractive, I didn't really think that he has the talent to pull this off, because it was a complicated character. But I said, okay, I'm going to support this person that I'm a fan of. And I watched it, and his performance really shocked me. Like, it was very, very good, not just for a beginner. He was good at acting, he had talent after all, and I was wrong. So now imagine that I meet this guy 1 year from now, okay, let's say I become rich and famous, and I meet him, me fantasizing here, anyway. So I meet him at a charity event, and I walk up to him and to say hi, and the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, you know, when I met you, when I first saw you, I thought you were going to have less talent than a statue, like, oh my god, but you proved me wrong, you actually have talent. Do you think this guy is really going to like me? Do you think I'm going to make a good impression saying something like that? The normal thing to say is, hey, I really liked your performance in that drama, which is true. The rest, what was going on in my head before I watched the drama, it's no one's business. And I'm not going to suit myself in the foot saying it, even though I did think about it. We don't have to share everything we think. And that comes from someone autistic. Like, if someone autistic is giving you this advice, oh my god, you're so, like, you're digging in such a hole, you're going to be at the core of the earth soon, like forever inside. So in a similar way, if you found my channel, and you really thought I'm cringe, and you really thought I'm this person that overshares, but then you changed your mind, either comment something positive, or don't comment anything at all. You don't have to comment on everything. What are you? Some old chatterbox. But you know, on a second thought, this person didn't really do it for that. People like him, I've met him, I've been raised around like a human living among the centipedes all of my life. And they always try to bring you down a peg or two. You really think it's the first time that people told me I'm oversharing? People have been telling me I'm oversharing all of my life, because abuse thrives in shame and in secrecy. And to take the brain and ball a step further, like this guy said, the best advice when it comes to narcissistic abuse is to pretend this is not happening. That's what's going to be like giving me unsolicited advice too. So I want to tackle this once and for all, because I know there are many people who are watching me in abusive situations and less than ideal situations. If you really think that I'm oversharing, this is nothing. I have videos that I don't think I'm ever going to be able to upload here, because YouTube is going to take them down instantly because of the abuse I describe. I think even with trigger warnings, it's going to be taken down still. I'm talking about abuse that it was very difficult for me to film or to talk about it. It was thanks to therapy I did for years that I'm able to recall and talk about it. So I'm trying to find a way to, I don't know, edit these things out for people to be able to stomach them, because I was getting comments like, I watched your video and it made me cry, it upset me so much. So I don't want to make anyone cry. The reason I overshare, there are two reasons, a serious reason and a petty reason. The first serious reason is that I didn't have any support system growing up. I was surrounded by people constantly invalidating me, people who were hardcore Christians, pressuring me to constantly forgive and forget, and people minimizing the abuse and gaslighting, saying it wasn't that bad, it didn't happen at all, you are wrong. And when I had proof that it really happened, they would say things like, you're vengeful, you don't let bygones be bygones, you should see a therapist for your violent, vengeful tendencies. Here's the thing though, the bygones were never bygones. If you meet my mother 100 times, she's going to insult you 100 times. So even if I had Alzheimer's and I forgot what happened the day before, or even I was the most forgiving person, she's going to give you something new to hate here every single time. And I'm talking about very serious insults. And when people helped me, the only people who helped me was when I would go online and people would share their stories, that the strangers on the internet who had the courage to talk about their abuse stories, and the people who wrote books that many of these therapists were also abused themselves, these are the people that gave me the courage to free myself, and the people who gave me the first validation in my life. There was a book that I read that it was called, the first book that I read on the subject, that it was called You Are Not Crazy, It's Your Mother, that I felt such relief that, oh my God, so there is a name for this behavior, this is not normal. Going through your kids' stuff is not normal. Opening the bathroom door when they shower and judging their body is not normal. Hitting them, slapping them, cutting off their hair because you're envious, it's not normal. You don't have to forgive that. And someone would say, you can share these things without your face too. Why do you have to plaster your face and your dirty laundry and open the gates of the closets for the skeletons to run out? Because many times when we are abused, it's very, very difficult to feel that things can be better. And because I can say, I used to be anorexic and I tackled it and I have a healthy weight now, or I used to live in the terrible circumstances and I have my own apartment now. And people would say this is a fantasy story. At my most negative, at my most hopeless times, I used to think that this person making up bullshit, whatever. So if you see my face and you see I'm not a skeleton anymore, I'm not like 90 pounds anymore, I convince you. And also because I was the victim growing up. I'm not even going to call myself a survivor. I was the victim. Why should the victim hide its face? My mother should hide her face. The people who abused me should hide their face. And when it comes to pretending, you can look it up if you don't believe me, pretending and denying a problem it's scientifically proven that it leads to cancer, to several autoimmune illnesses, and it can even trigger schizophrenia in some cases. I'm not going to pretend it never happened so that my father sleeps better at night or my mother feels that she's fine. There's also one more implication. When you don't report someone to the police, they go out to abuse more people. That's why some rapists have 200 victims and not 2 victims. I'm not shaming anyone who doesn't report. I understand that you may not be able to. You may be afraid of your safety and so on. But if I'm able to get my truth out there and my experience out there, and it can help even one person going through the same, so it's not only just worth it to overshare, I'm going to be oversharing 10 times more after that. And whoever is uncomfortable, there are so many creators on YouTube, you don't have to watch me.